Trump is destroying Joe Biden in the polls out this weekend. And the biggest disparity is minorities are turning to Trump. Biden is only succeeding with white females in Wisconsin. I'm Doug in Exile, and this is where all the happy patriots are.
Their feelings are dictating their reality. Their reality is that they said that they feel better or they felt better when Trump was in office.
Remember when Joe Biden said, you ain't black? The betrayal of minority voters to the Democrat Party means they're waking up and seeing the truth. Trump leads in 5 critical states. These are the swing states as voters blast Biden. The Times Siena poll finds this is in a New York Times poll, guys. This is the liberal of liberal polls are saying Trump is winning these swing states. Voters in battleground states said they trusted Donald J. Trump over President Biden on the economy, foreign policy, and immigration, as Mr. Biden's multiracial base shows signs of fraying. Yeah, they're not buying your border policy, buddy. President Biden. And by the way, this is news to all the people going, oh, the borders, the Hispanics are going to come over. They're going to vote for Democrats. Don't be so sure, guys. Many of these people are conservative, way more conservative socially in values than many Americans. President Biden is trailing Donald Trump in 5 of the 6 most important battleground states 1 year before the 2024 election, suffering from enormous doubts about his age and deep satisfaction over his handling of the economy and a host of other issues, new polls by the New York Times have found. I also want to underline that it's not really about his age. It's about his competence. Look, we've had presidents in wheelchairs before, and they were not seen as unelectable. So it's not his age. It's that he's not conscious is the problem. And because he's not conscious, he has a bunch of leftists in his ear, a bunch of Obama radicals telling him what to do. The results show Mr. Biden losing to Mr. Trump, his likeliest Republican rival, by margins of 4 to 10 percentage points among registered voters in Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, and Pennsylvania. Mr. Biden is ahead only in Wisconsin by 2 percentage points, the poll said. Here's the visuals on the poll. Upper left, there's Nevada with Trump kicking his butt by over 10 points. There's Georgia in the middle. There's Arizona, upper right. There's Michigan, lower left. There's Pennsylvania. And then there's Wisconsin, where Biden can barely eke out a victory by 2 points because of white women. That is, the more minorities in the swing state, the more Trump is gaining. I just want to let you know, just remember that the media has done a full-scale 10-year campaign on marking Trump as a racist, as being bad for minorities, as hating them. It's not working. The media didn't work. It failed. This is incredible news, guys. Americans aren't that dumb. Across the 6 battlegrounds, all of which Mr. Biden carried in 2020, the president trails by an average of 48 to 44%. Discontent pulsates throughout the Times Siena poll, with a majority of voters saying Mr. Biden's policies have personally hurt them. The survey also reveals the extent to which the multicultural, multiracial, and multigenerational coalition that elected Biden is fraying. Demographic groups that backed Mr. Biden by landslide margins in 2020 are now far more closely contested, as 2/3 of the electorate sees the country moving in the wrong direction. Now, remember, Biden got a pass in 2020. They said, let's give this guy a chance because Trump's tweets are mean. Now reality is set in. It's been 3 years and they're going, it hurts. It hurts. My trust in him hurts. Voters under 30 favor Mr. Biden by only a single percentage point. His lead among Hispanic voters is down to single digits, and his advantage in urban areas as half of Trump's edge in rural regions. And while women have favored Mr. Biden, men preferred Mr. Trump by twice as large of a margin, reversing the gender advantage that had fueled so many Democrat gains in recent years. So the pro-life, the pro-abortion issue also isn't working for them among the women. Here's a tweet by liberal Axios News: Biden's growing race problem. He's bleeding support among Hispanic voters and Black voters, especially younger ones, and especially in swing states. This is an alarming re-election threatening full-blown crisis for the White House. I believe this is going to cost Biden the nomination. I think the Democrats are going to throw him out. That means they might work with the Republicans to impeach him and replace him with someone else. Black voters, long a bulwark for Democrats and for Mr. Biden, are now registering 22% support in these states for Mr. Trump. A level unseen in presidential politics for a Republican in modern times. Blacks are turning to Trump 22%. Remember, usually their vote for Republicans is 9%. That's more than double. Trump is one of the most popular, he's probably the most popular president among Black voters in my lifetime.
The New York Times, and they're right about it, says, in a remarkable sign of a gradual racial realignment between the two parties, the more diverse the swing state, the farther Mr. Biden was behind. And he led only in the whitest of 6.
And you know how over these news networks, like the whitest, they're the bad guys. Biden is only winning among the bad, filthy whites. It's hilarious. Still, the survey shows how Mr. Biden begins the next year at a deficit, even though Mr. Trump has been indicted on criminal charges 4 times and faces trial in 2024. If the results in the poll were the same next November, Mr. Trump would be poised to win more than 300 electoral college votes, far above the 270 needed to take the White House. This only means one thing: Democrats have to get rid of Biden. They have to put a new face in there. They will take the long shot. Here's today, the ABC panel openly discusses throwing Biden in the dumpster and replacing him after polls are showing Trump winning in a landslide. Guys, if this doesn't make your week, just put a little bow on this episode. Give us a thumbs up if you agree this is good news, and spread this around to your friends. Trump is going to win. The indictments are only going to help him. So keep crying. I'm Doug in Exile.